Welcome to a Thanksgiving Eve edition of Autoweek TV. We know many of you are taking a drive this weekend, either to visit family or possibly to join in the holiday shopping crowds. Would the Infiniti QX56 be a good choice for these chores? We'll tell you in just a couple minutes. But first, here's what's happening in the car world. Volkswagen is using next week's Tokyo Motor Show to debut the Passat All-Track. The All-Track is essentially a Passat wagon, the European version, not the larger US Passat, jacked up with some extra ground clearance, bigger wheels, and 4Motion all-wheel drive. The 4Motion system can send up to 100% of torque to the rear wheels if needed. In most conditions, almost all the torque is routed to the front wheels. The Passat All-Track goes on sale in Europe next spring. There's no word yet whether it will show up in US Volkswagen dealers. Ferrari is planning to create a collector's club so its loyal customers get a better chance of owning one of the company's limited edition cars. The club likely will be open only to people who own at least 5 Ferraris. The Italian carmaker says there are about 300 collectors worldwide who own 5 or more prancing horse models. Ferrari is considering giving club members right of first refusal on special series Ferrari cars. The move comes after several Ferrari faithful were upset that they did not get a chance to buy one of the 80 copies of the SA Aperta Roadster last year. Chevy has set a base price of $25,995 on the 2013 Malibu Eco. The redesigned Malibu Eco sedan will be the first Chevy car to use GM's e-Assist powertrain. It's the same light hybrid system used on the Buick LaCrosse. The 2013 Chevy Malibu Eco will hit dealerships in early 2012. Okay, let's talk luxury SUVs. For the past year, the Autoweek staff has lived with the redesigned 2011 Infiniti QX56. Now that it's time for the QX to leave the fleet, road test bosses Natalie Neff and John Wong are here to tell you what we learned.
Hey y'all, I am Autoweek Senior Road Test Editor Natalie Neff, here with Junior Road Test Editor Jonathan Wong. And we're here to bid adieu to our long-term 2011 Infiniti QX56. It's the biggest vehicle we've had in the fleet since we had to say goodbye to the Suburban.
I know. There's
a
a lot of people still crying about that.
Yeah, and actually, as much as we're sports car people and sports sedan people around the office, I can't even tell you how much demand there is for the big things in the office.
It's just constant. I mean, people had to move stuff, tow stuff, families in town, stuff like that, and this thing fit the bill perfectly.
The base price is about $60,000. We loaded it up, I think, with just about everything.
Everything you could get in an Infiniti QX56 we got,
right, which
boosted it up to about $72,000.
Okay, so what does it compare to? What is the competitive set?
For sure, Cadillac Escalade, Lexus LX 570 comes to mind.
I mean, when you're talking about this segment, you're talking about full zoot luxury, every amenity that you can ask for in a vehicle. I mean, we were lacking for nothing. But on top of that, you still get 8,500 pounds of towing capacity. Mm-hmm. You still get, all the cargo capacity of any full-size SUV. We got these ginormous 22-inch wheels as part of the touring package. They feel great. I mean, the on-road performance of this thing, I never complained about.
It wasn't harsh. I mean, even in the previous generation QX, and I thought that for the size, for how big it was, it rode really well. And this one is even better.
The biggest advantage of this over the previous model is that previous one was fugly.
It was ugly, and it was, it was definitely a Nissan Armada with lipstick on it.
So hard to look at.
Yeah, it was. I mean, some people complain about this car too.
I mean, I think it's a handsome vehicle, but it's just huge. I mean, it feels like it dwarfs us just standing here.
It does dwarf us. I mean, I need a step stool right now.
All right, so over the course of the year, the EPA estimated combined on this vehicle is 16 miles per gallon. We racked up about 26,000 miles, and we averaged 15.5 miles per gallon.
Yeah, which is pretty good for the leadfoots around here.
And we're talking about a 5.6-liter V8 engine with 400 horsepower, 413 pound-feet of torque. I mean, so there's a lot of muscle under the hood, and it really does move all of that mass pretty good. We got use out of it, and we still averaged relatively decent mileage.
Right, and that's pretty impressive because it spent 34 days in the body shop because we got hit not once but twice near the beginning of its stay. So first time, got rear-ended, had to replace the rear bumper and a rear rim. which was about $1,800 right there for the rim alone.
And both those accidents were within a span of a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. 2 weeks later, again, we got rear-ended again, and body shop, new bumper, 34 days out.
Anyway, so you're right, 26,000 miles over about 11 months. But other than that, we had no mechanical difficulties with it whatsoever.
No,
I mean, routine maintenance.
Yeah, the routine maintenance was every 3750 miles, which is kind of short. You know, a lot of other automakers now are going, 7,500 miles, but Nissan Infiniti keep the short interval, which actually I like better.
We are losing our biggest capacity vehicle, and we don't have anything to replace it with.
Nothing. No clue.
So we'll have to see what we do about that. In the meantime, we are saying goodbye to the 2011 Infiniti QX56. It was a great year, but see you, Infiniti. For Autoweek, I am Senior Road Test Editor Natalie Neff with...
I'm Junior Road Test Editor Jonathan Wong.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Riding in the QX sure beats standing in lines at the airport. That's our report for today. We're going to take a long weekend for the Thanksgiving holiday, so we will see you back here on Monday. Of course, car and racing news is always available at Autoweek.com. And whether it's a trip to the mall or to Grandma's house, make sure to enjoy the drive.
Thanks for watching today's edition of Autoweek TV. Be sure to catch all the latest car enthusiast news on Autoweek.com, in Autoweek magazine, and in Autoweek's iPad edition.